So this is a gaming channel most of the time, but I'm also a huge football fan. So I'm gonna try and analyze a situation that occurred during this match here. I'm trying to get that UEFA Pro license, you know what I'm saying? I'm in no way presenting what I'm saying here as facts. It's merely my opinion. I'm just playing Internet Manager here like so many others did on the internet yesterday. So yesterday Sevilla played Manchester United in the Europa League Semi-Final. Pretty big game, and Sevilla made it 2-1 in the 78th minute after some questionable defending from what at first glance seems to be Lindelöf. Or Lindelöf, I don't know. I'm Swedish, bro. I am in no way a die-hard Manchester United fan, but of course you maybe root for teams which have a player from your country. So maybe I'm just riding out for my countryman here, but you know, I would like to think that I'm looking at this situation from a neutral perspective, and that I still would have made this video even if the guy was Spanish, Mexican, Saudi Arabian, Chinese, maybe not Norwegian or Danish, but you get my point. I can't show you video. Hell, I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to show pictures like this, you know, but fuck it, bro. I'll show this situation quick and then we'll jump more in depth. So here we are in Microsoft Paint. This is actually how the big teams do their tactical analysis in Paint. Anyway, this guy right here sends a through ball through to this guy. He crosses it in. This guy gets an easy tap in. And as you can see here, I'm gonna show you with the circle. You can see here, make sure you don't miss it. You know, they're celebrating. Lindelöf does a bold move and goes in for a kiss here, but Bruno rejects him. So Lindelöf gets really mad, calls him a Portuguese twat, clearly upset that the feelings weren't mutual between the two. So now, in-depth analysis. In my opinion, giving Lindelöf the whole blame for the second goal, I think that's wrong. Okay, I think that's wrong, and let me explain why. Let's start here. So the through ball here is played and Williams is up here. Okay, it's close to the 80th minute. Okay, I get that. Of course he is tired, but he's sleeping a little too much on his guy, which has a few meters head start when the through ball comes. And you can complain that the stance here from Williams is wrong. He's right footed if I've understood it correctly. So his left side where the cross comes in is pretty open. He manages to get a touch on it, which causes a deflection. A deflection which proved devastating. So this is very unlucky stuff from Williams. Now that's all from Williams. Maguire can't really do much. He's left center back. Yes, he was expensive, but that doesn't mean he can defend every inch of the pitch at the same time. But Lindelöf here, he's protecting 10 square meters of nothing and is in complete belief that Wan-Bissaka has full control of the Jong behind him. He looks behind to check if Wan-Bissaka has the Jong one, maybe two times, which I think is wrong. You know, the Jong is Lindelöf's guy to defend, but he left him for Wan-Bissaka. I like how I'm saying that too. De Jong, whatever. Now Wan-Bissaka does it good here. The seconds before he falls asleep, he follows him closely, giving him only a meter at best, but he's on the wrong side of him. So if the cross would come in, which it now did, we now have a center back which thinks the right back has his guy. You know, there was bound to be trouble here. And the one moment where Wan-Bissaka switched off the magnet was the moment that De Jong started his run, which left both Lindelöf and Wan-Bissaka in the dirt, making them two look like absolute fools. Unlucky, but also very sloppy is how I would describe this defense. Now, you know, we saw Bruno have a go at Lindelöf, and you know, if Bruno was going to have a go at someone, I think it should have been Williams or Wan-Bissaka, but the reality here is that he shouldn't have had a go at anyone. You know, there's a time and place for that sort of shit, and when you're one goal down in a semi-final with 10 minutes to go, that is not the right time to go and argue with your teammates, okay? And people that are looking at this footage saying, you know, there's a big divide within the team and that sort of, you know, that sort of stuff is normal, bro. That's normal stuff. Listen, I'm all for players holding each other accountable. You know, if we look at Man United's history and how they should be defending, mistakes like these are, you know, they aren't okay, bro. They're not Man United worthy, so to speak. So, you know, this mistake, it doesn't even belong in Division 7. But it sadly happens though that a lot of attackers come down to clank on defenders when the team concedes a goal. But I think the attack in this game should also be held responsible as well, because United should have scored way more goals. I think Ole got the tactics right here, but it's always that last bit that's missing. The ball going into the back of the goddamn net. I also heard yesterday morning that Scholes had a dig at Lindelöf, saying he's not good enough and all that kind of stuff, and that may very well be true. United, they're still looking for their old self. They haven't been the same since Sir Alex left. But Lindelöf was getting absolutely flamed on Twitter and TV, people saying that he needs to get sacked and all that. Let me tell you, English media has not been kind to this man. And, Bruno, Scholes and other people, they are on paper right to have a go at Lindelöf, because on paper he is the one who is supposed to be guarding the Jong. But there's no one way to play football, and you have to adapt during games. And in this situation, there was poor communication between Lindelöf and Wan-Bissaka, which ended up with none of them taking responsibility for De Jong, which left him absolutely wide open for an easy tap-in. Wan-Bissaka should have warned Lindelöf or taken responsibility for De Jong himself. Lindelöf should have asked Wan-Bissaka if he had De Jong, or taken responsibility for him himself. None of them did any of this. Both of them looked too much at the ball, both froze, and Lindelöf lived up to his nickname, Iceman. So I can count 5 errors in this situation here. Number 1, the cross shouldn't even have made it into the box. But the deflection, it's super unlucky, Number 2, Lindelöf is guarding 10 square meters of nothingness. 3, Wan-Bissaka fell asleep. 4, poor communication between Lindelöf and Wan-Bissaka. And number 5, overall sloppy, lazy defending. The back 4 in this situation failed as a collective. And I've seen this multiple times in United's back 4 during this season. They are trying to do everything individually and not as a collective. So often, they are not synced up. But none of these players had a bad game, in my opinion. The cross is unlucky because it takes a deflection, which makes the ball go a little more left of Lindelöf. Otherwise, he would most likely have cleared it. And I thought Wan-Bissaka fought and dealt fantastically on his side and put several Sevilla players in his pocket. And I'm a little sick of people, going at Maguire because it costs a lot. Yeah, sure, he makes mistakes, but, just because he's expensive, that doesn't mean that he can defend every single inch of the pitch, like I said before. But all it takes is one mistake, boys. One switch off, and people will forget all the good you did in the game. Because in the end, it's the goals that count. But is Lindelöf hanging loose? Only time will tell. He's definitely the one that's hanging the most loose in that back 4. But football is a team sport. You win as a team, you lose as a team. And when people are trying so hard to find a scapegoat in a game where there clearly are multiple players at fault, that's wrong in my opinion. So that's my thoughts. Can't wait to see this video pop up somewhere on the internet with the caption "Bad Football Takes" or something like that. This was a kind of different video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your takes on this situation in the comments if you want. As I said before, this is only my opinion, not facts. Anyways, Barca, I know you're looking for a coach. Just leave a comment and we'll talk, okay? You have to pay for my UEFA Pro license, but I don't think that's a problem for you. Okay, that's it, everybody. Good night, everybody. You serious right now? Come on, man.